Have you ever asked yourself, how can I run for office? Well, here's the quick and simple answer. You get your name on the ballot and ask a few people to vote for you, and that's running for office. Now, if you'd like to know a little bit more about that, well, and you should, I want you to stick with me because I got a lot of important information to share about how you can do that and actually win an election. There's a lot to cover, but I'm going to kind of do a deep dive into 3 key things and then tell you how you can get other information that you need to know. So the first thing you got to think about is your why. And we're going to talk about your why because your why is really important. Second thing is understanding the power that comes with the job you are running for. And I'll tell you why you really need to know that. The third thing is you really have to know your district well if you're going to run an intelligent campaign. I'm going to do a deep dive and tell you exactly what you need to know about your jurisdiction and where you can get that information. Number 1, let's talk about your why. This is kind of the key to your success, your why. Why are you doing this? Why are you running? Why do you want this job? You know, and I ask this question and I bring it up because I've met candidates. I've even had people call me and I asked them this question, and I had one person once say, well, I want to see myself on cable TV. And I had to say, sir, that's not a good reason for wanting this job. And if that's the reason you want it, you really should not run. I had another one say, okay, well, I'm just here. You tell me what to say. And I said, no, that's not a good reason, because people who think that way are really empty vessels that will never stand for anything and never accomplish anything. Now, you have your reasons for being here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this video. So I already know this about you, that something's happened in your life that made you passionate about fixing a problem or righting some wrong or correcting some injustice or doing something that improves the quality of life for people in your jurisdiction. And I know that bug is in you because you're asking for people for power to do something, and you wouldn't be doing that if it hadn't been for some experience that you had in your life or something you saw or something that you heard that made you passionate about doing something selfless to fix a problem. Now, if you can figure that out, you will know your true motivation for doing this. And that knowing that motivation for doing this will get you through bad days. It will get you through a lot of hard work. It will help you overcome disappointments, the occasional heartache that everybody experiences in a political campaign. It is essential because if your heart's not in this when you get into it, and if your heart's not in the right place, it is very difficult to win an election. Okay, so that was number 1, your why. Number 2, well, okay, if you're satisfied with your why and it's sincere, then the next question for you is, what do you know about the office you are seeking, and are you seeking the right one? Because you take those things you say you're passionate about. In theory, you ought to be running for an office that gives you the power to fix those. Here's an example. If you're really passionate about fixing the problem in the Middle East and you're running for city council, it isn't really going to make any sense, because you can fix or help the Middle Eastern problem as a member of Congress or the Senate or as president. You can't do beans about it as a member of a city council. So these things that you want to do, your why, should dictate the office that you want to run for, because it's the office that gives you the power to fix it. Now, you should be intricately familiar with the powers that come with that office you are seeking, because voters will expect you to know that as you talk to them, as you meet them. And it's a certain part of the base of knowledge that you have to have if you're going to be a successful candidate. Number 3 on this list, the demographics of your jurisdiction. So picture it this way. You're running for office. There are people in your community that you know are going to vote in the election. There are registered voters in your community. That is your market. Now, how do you peddle you are the product here, to an electorate of registered voters without knowing any more about them other than the fact that they are registered voters? Well, to be truthful about that, that's an incredible waste of money and time. You need to know your audience and your market. And that means you need a data file that not only has their name, address, and phone number, but you want to know their voting history. You want to know their partisan affiliation, their race, their ethnicity, their age, the median income, the value of the homes they live in, whether they're children in the household, whether they're renters or homeowners. It is really hard to strategize a campaign if you don't have that stuff. Now, if you don't know where to get that, leave a comment in the comments section, say, where do I find data? And I will put the answer to your question in the comments section. Now, I just skimmed the surface on what it is that you need to know if you are going to be successful in politics. There is a link to a video underneath this one in the description. It's called How to Run for Office: 7 Essential Steps. It is in that video. It's a little bit longer. We do a deep dive into other essential things you need to know, understand, or do. Click that link and go watch it while this is still fresh in your mind.